Heidi ho, Heidi ho. Right, live with the Shaman. How are we? Hope everybody's doing well. Um, we had a couple start. Looks like we kind of fell down. Let's see. So today we're going to be finishing up the Shaman training, as it were. We're going to be talking about the master training, or the gray robe lifestyle, if you will. That's the gray robe lifestyle. Master Shaman within Grove of the Celtic Shaman. Now, I do, hiya, I do definitely want to remind each and every one of you, especially those who may be slipping in and out of channel, those who might come in from time to time and watch our broadcast, you're more than welcome. This training that we've been going through over the past months is designed for those who are interested in the Grove of the Celtic Shaman. This does not, I say again, this does not dictate every other shamanic grove training out there. It does not dictate base shaman training. Live with the Shaman says, I am here now. I thought I was already here. Got to be Clint. Give me a hard time, Clint. It's my job. So what have we been through so far? Well, we've been through Seeker. Talked quite a bit about the Seeker. First year, oh yeah, we flat beat the hell out of first year. First year, if you haven't noticed, first year is where most all of your core training is done for the Grove of the Celtic Shaman. Priesthood, mostly a review, learning how to put it all into perspective. That's your priesthood. That is still your white robe training, right? Your first year and your priesthood is still your white robe training, because you're learning it all. You're bringing it all together. You're getting a concept of what the GCS is about. How we do, what we do, and why we do. Then we went into the HP training, right? The HP training is your black robe. That's where you learn to live the darkness. Now, I'm not talking about somebody somewhere will come up going, oh, they use black magic. No. No such thing as black magic or white magic anyway. Magic is magic. It's freaking energy. Really? Anyway. The high priest training was, of course, again, bringing it all together, going back to basics, taking another look at where you're from, the things that you've been through, the advancements that you've made. Hopefully by that point you've already started forming your own shamanic philosophy, if you will, where you're going, what you're going to be doing. This week, today, we're going to go over the Master Shaman. The things that you're going to be doing in Master Shaman will typically come around when you've been nominated as an apprenticed master. You're not a master. You're not looked at as a master. But you are definitely looked at and expected to conduct yourself accordingly as a Master Shaman within the Grove of the Celtic Shaman and in public. What does that mean? Well, keep in mind, I remind you, ladies and gentlemen, those of you that are just coming in for the first time, and those of you that have been here since Moby Dick was a minnow, that priesthood, high priest, master shaman, all of those are GCS recognitions only. If you introduce yourself as a master shaman to other shamanic groves in the public, they may look at you like you're a little bit, of course, most of us are. But case come to point, these these graduated classes, if you will, training is specifically within the GCS to help people know and remember where they're at. Okay, the GCS, and a reminder, is formulated around discipline, self-discipline, grove discipline, the ability to walk the line, if you will, walk the talk, and be congruent to who and what you say you are. That is one of the biggest foundations that the GCS was written on. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Right? Anyway, yeah. That being said, here we go. Left monitor. Cam up. And here we are. All right. Master Shaman training. I doubt very seriously there will be multiple parts in the Master Shaman training, but I'm going to go through and I'm going to kind of read this out to you. Okay? I'm going to read this out to you, and of course we will look at grammatical errors. First line, just like with priest, high priest, the master shaman, apprentice, and master shaman training is back to the basics. Everything, every time you grow, every time you move forward, anytime you move out into the world, you've got to return to basics, right? So everything begins with the beginning. No matter, hey Sabrina, okay, we just actually really started, Sabrina, so you really haven't missed anything. Everything we come around to, right, comes right back to remembering the basics. Notice it says the gray robe lifestyle. Well, yes, the lifestyle of the gray. All right, the lifestyle of the gray. That means that by the time you've become a master in the grove, you've realized and you've accepted and you've embraced that there is no white or black. There is no light or dark. There is no, I guess you could say, there's always a right way and a wrong way to do things. But life itself, you begin to embrace the gray. The understanding that things are simply just what they are. By the time you've reached a master in the grove, it's generally somewhere around your 10 year. Some more, some a bit less. That's unusual when someone who's been in the GCS less than a 10 year has made it to master. For those who don't know, the GCS was originally inaugurated in late 1990. Well, it was formed in late 1999. It was fully inaugurated in oath with the tradition put into place October 2007. Right. So, yeah. Let's see. First step. You will be nominated for Master Shaman Apprenticeship by other shamans within the grove, by other master shamans Master uh, priest and HPs and master shamans within the grove. Now, if anybody, okay, guys, if anybody disagrees or sees anything in here that needs to be changed, um, now's the time to do it. A little bit of vape there to see if you guys are still alive. Right. This nomination can come from priests and HPs. We will ask for the vote, but the decision, the actual decision, will come from the masters of the grove. Now, the reason for this is through the nomination for apprenticed. What does apprenticed mean? S after priest. You need to be just a little bit more specific. S after priest. S-T, P-R-I-E-S-T, priest. I have 2 priests up there. Where do you want the S? How many lines? 1, 2, 3, 4. Priest. Cramma check. I don't want to do a cramma check. That would be just downright uncomfortable. Priest? Priestesses? There is no plural for priest. Line 3 and line 4. There is no plural for priest. Where we are. What are you talking about? Where we are. HPs. Yeah, I got the HPs, but there is no plural for priest. Hang on. Let me Google this shit. Shut up, Google. My phone thinks I'm talking to it. Let's see. Plural for priest. Let's see. Alright, what is plural for priest? Universal 25, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. That doesn't tell a damn thing. The plural for priest is, well, there is an S at the end. I'll be damned. There's no apostrophe or anything like that. Just, hello. Okay, fine. I stand corrected. Where are we? There we are. I stand corrected. Ha! Google it. Yeah, I already did that, Sabrina. Shut up. Okay, if HPs, then priest, right. Okay. Hey. I'm all for learning a good one. Love you too. Where are we? Okay, so priest, grove, nomination. Okay, remember, right? I said this a while ago. Master Shaman is only recognized in the GCS. Okay, so let's think about this just a little bit here. When I go to other circles, or when I go to other meetings or groves or what have you with other people, um, I simply introduce myself as a shaman. If they ask, "Oh, of which grove?" I will tell them. And I believe it or not, I've actually had some groups ask me, "Do we have a ranking program? Do we rank our students?" At which case, then I will quickly give them the 10-second rundown. Yes, we do. We have Seeker first year, Priest, HP, and Master. We have an Apprentice Master, but bless their hearts, they're just learning. They're just being put on notice that every step they take is being watched like a hawk to see if they're going to make Master. Hee hee. That'll be Sabrina and Lucy as of late. At the time of this video, what the hell is this? May 19th, 2019. Lucy and Sabrina are apprentice masters. Master within the GPS shows time served. Then GCS shows time served and what you have done for the community. Now, this is a very important line here, folks. What you've done for the community, that really, how you handle yourself, what you do, how you deal with yourself within other parts of the pagan community and the shaman community, as well as the Christian community, the community as a whole. How do you conduct yourself? I assure you, a master shaman of the GCS will not be a master shaman of the GCS if all they do is screw people over, they're pathological liars, or they're pathological drug addicts. Now, recovering and recovered drug addicts, okay, and you've shown you've shown where your path can come up. The same with alcohol. Um, if you are working on beating those addictions, absolutely, you're going to be recognized for that within the GCS. Do 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 do. The apprentice. The apprentice can last anywhere from a month to a couple of years, right? Um, I, for me personally, for my students, I like to figure out a way or a time or somehow to surprise them with a master crossing, just like I did with Cindy and with Clint. You have no idea it's coming. Now, I will tell you this. I realize that both of you that are apprenticed at this point, one of you is Cindy's student, the other one is my student. In order to make master, now listen to this very, very, very closely. There's no time section to apprentice, gray robe, okay. For the crossing and or oath to Master Shaman, you must have your teacher perform this ritual. Normally, this is only, yes, I'll go back and fix normally in a minute. Normally this is only, let's see, this is only, damn it, this is only done in person, in ritual, and circle. Doop, 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 normally. For the crossing an oath to Master Shaman, you must have your teacher perform this ritual. Normally, this is only done in person, in ritual, and circle. So, once you rank the C, you're responsible for the robe, making sure it's approved by the Grove leadership. This is another important one. Do not, and I have had apprentices try this in the past, do not try to suddenly decide one day you're a master and show up to a circle in a gray robe. That you will be asked to leave circle. All right? Whatever you do in public, that's between your dumb self and them. But if you're going to show up where GCS members are present, and if you decide suddenly, and I've had this happen, suddenly out of the blue that you're going to jump from priest to master and be recognized by the Grove, you're out of your effing mind. Had it happen, didn't work. We've also had ex-members of the Grove suddenly decide they were high priest because they slept with a high priest, and that high priest made them a high priest, and they suddenly decided they needed to be accepted within the Grove as a high priest. No. Now, if and check this, all right, because I know this next paragraph I'm going to say, it's not written, but it will be said, will be lost if you're not paying attention. If you have a member from another grove, from another shamanic philosophy or path or lifestyle, come in and introduce themselves as a master shaman, your retort, your reply is, nice to meet you, welcome. Let their actions speak their truth as to who and what they are. Let their congruency prove or disprove whether or not they're full of shit. Okay? I've had people that have heard of the way that the GCS trains, and because they've been playing with shamanism for many, many years, all of a sudden they decide they are a master shaman, and that's perfectly fine. If you're a solitaire, you can be whatever the hell you think you're going to be, but in the community, your worth is proven by your actions, not your words. The robe, once you've been crossed, once you've been crossed into the master, the gray robe is your responsibility to get a hold of. I have two masters out there right now that I've yet to see their gray robes. Hint, hint, hint. Once you reach master, does this mean you have to wear gray in circle? No. I say again. See expectations. Let's see seriously. No. However, if you are calling a GCS ritual, then yes, you are required to wear the color of your rank. Anybody have any questions to that? Um, Cindy, she says, if you thought your tests and trials were tough in the past, um, going through your apprenticeship and then into your master, it'll make you or break you. Yeah, well, you got a point there. However, um, Clint says, I've seen his. I did? I'll take your word on it. I forgot. I'd like that put somewhere. Oh, you're talking about, yeah, it's going to be down to bottom, Cindy. That the test and trials and what have you. She required drink. GCS required. Show your rank. Blah blah. Okay, so here's where I kind of ran out of things to say. Um, it's only one of one. I've seen his two. Lucy says, okay, I'll take your word for it. Um, Guys, I've slept since then. Um, and I will tell you, my gray robe was made for me by a young man who lost his way somewhere along the way, but I still hold him very near and dear to my heart. He made and presented that gray robe to me at one of our rituals. Uh, Sometime after I made master, but I just never had the ability or the time to get a gray robe. So, GCS Masters taken very seriously. Expectations. Expectations. Here we go. Walk the talk. Be true to yourself and the grove. Speak your heart while in respect of others. Know the traditions, meaning, and bylaws. Do what you can to best serve the community at large, not just the pagan community. Now, okay. That basically what that means is there are variables to every one of these, right? I realize some of you are more solitaire than others. I realize that we are going to have this has variables, and yes, I'll fix that, to the solitaire okay. This has variables to the solitary shaman and the public shaman. Okay, it not all shamans. Hey, well, if she's still here, Heidi ho, Francina, good to see you. Haven't seen you around in a while. If she's still here, she may have popped in and went out. Cindy says blind faith with the triad. Even that's variable because as shaman, we're taught to question everything. Um, with the triad. Okay. I think it actually wants me to spell out okay. I don't spell out okay. I don't like the spelling of okay. Um, I think she left. I think we scared her off. No. So you need to understand, all right, and especially those of you thinking about getting involved with the Grove. Um, there are a couple of bylaws within the Grove of the Celtic Shaman that really need to be understood. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to come down. If anybody knows of other expectations that need to be put there, let me know. Um, so let's understand some bylaws, okay? Um, as any rank within the GCS, all right? Now, in any rank within, and I want to bullet these, always respect those of other traditions. You do not have to teach nor submit for membership. And I'll fix that in a minute. Your membership, see, submit for membership. Your students. Solitary teaching and solitary students are welcome. Your ranking might not be recognized until proof of self. Okay, what else we got going on over here? What about faith of self and the elements? That really actually should have been yeah, okay. Something like that. Well, wait a minute. Others, traditions, bylaws, serve, community, get away, speak your heart in respect of others. Yeah. Okay. Solitary students are welcome. Your ranking may not be recognized until you prove yourself. I believe that's one word. By the congruency of your words. Yeah. Now remember, this is not the tradition. This is simply master training. The tradition update is 2 weeks away. Next week is the review of this. We're going to go all the way back up to the top. We're going to go line by line and word for word, paragraph for paragraph, sentence for sentence, and we're going to make sure this damn thing is right before I PDF it, lock it down, and post it as the final. And those of you that cannot or do not have Microsoft Word, I know that Microsoft Word will open OPT documents. Okay. I know that Word will open OPT documents, and their LibreOffice used to be Open Office, now known as LibreOffice. I spelled Libre. If you have a computer, it's free to download and use. If you need a converted version of this in PDF to be able to see it on your mobile device, that's fine. Let me know. I will save and convert or export to PDF, which is doable out of LibreOffice. You would be absolutely amazed. I am using LibreOffice. Let me post the link to LibreOffice. Just a moment here. Libre Office download. Okay, and I'm going to post this in the chat. Okay, hang on. All right, there is the link. Now pay attention to what you're getting, because LibreOffice was designed with Linux in mind, but more and more and more people are going and using LibreOffice on Windows computers, because the damn thing just works. No licensing, no purchases, the damn thing just works. It's customizable. Boy, is it customizable. The same commands that work in Excel work in LibreCalc. The same commands, shortcut keys, and everything that works in Office works in the Libre Writer. It's also got presentation software. Yeah, I am an absolute fan of LibreOffice. I essentially only use Microsoft Office for work stuff because it's required. Yeah, it's required by my job. LibreOffice doesn't put a whole lot into making it pretty. The interface, the user interface. They don't put a whole lot into making it pretty. Let me show you the Office splash page here. Hang in there a second, I'll get it opened up and brought over. Come on. It is a huge, huge program. The actual open splash screen takes forever to come up. So, LibreOffice is a really nice open source program that I do all of my documentation. Clint says downloading. All right. So with LibreOffice you can save as any of the Word formats, whatever you want to use. Um, so anyway, that's enough about that. Onward and upward. Right. So do not have to teach nor submit for membership your students. I think that's backwards, really. I really think that's backwards. Submit your students you do not have to teach nor submit your students for membership. Okay. Let's see. As a GCS Master Shaman, you are only required to teach by the tradition if you are going to submit for students. Okay. Anything else? Got it, and now the fun begins. Believe it or not, it's really very easy to use. I I downloaded it with my prior experience in Microsoft Office. Periodically, I do have to look where things are at. All of the same exact commands are there that are in Microsoft Office. Um, you just have to kind of find them. They may be called a little something different. Okay. All right, folks. I don't want to keep you too long. All right, so let's go down. Let's bring it to center. In closing, you are only respected by those to mirror the respect you have given. In closing, you're only respected by those to mirror the respect you have given. The big head will cost you in the GCS. Humble where you are from and where you are going. Holy shit, I missed all kinds of stuff. Get everything here. Um, think not you're above any human. I think that is said under humble where you're from. I think that covers in the big head, right? Um, having circle in park today. Clint, I wish I could be there. Um, add been before given. Oh, wait, never mind, she says. um, not making Paul still sick. I hope he gets better. Accept travel as a part of change. Accept travel. Accept trial. Yes, okay, I see what you're saying. Um, all right, I don't want to flow off the end of the page, so let's kind of keep it short. Read it wrong. All right, Cindy, I'm going to copy and paste that because I believe that is a really good. I believe that is a really good ending line. Um, oops. I believe that's a sentence. Um, Lucy, remember to love all. That really cannot be an expectation. Um, and here's why. Accept trial as a part of growth, respect, okay? You are only respected by those to mirror the respect you have given, right? And if 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 we really start getting into the love all thing, what we're going to find ourselves doing, I don't have to like you to respect you, right? Um, I don't have to love you to like you. I respect your right to exist. I respect your right to live. I respect your right to be who you are. I, as a shaman, not as a seeker or first year priest, HP, master, whatever, but as a shaman, if someone hasn't learned by now that acceptance is the key to life, right? And let's go all the way back up to the top. And let's put this here. Is that life or living? I say living. What say you guys? You say life or living? Living, yes. All right, so that should come. Okay. Maybe requirements. You know, I think I want to put that in the header. Yeah, that way it comes up on every page. Yeah, yeah, that way it comes up on every page. Okay. All right, 11 pages. So, what do you think, guys? All right. Okay. Okay. I know there's only three of you watching. I know there will be others that'll watch probably later. We may get input later, but I think for now, um, we're going to save this. I'm going to pop back up the top. Now, Clint says, looks food for him. Looks food for me too. I like food. I get off here, I'm going to go eat. Well, as soon as I um, convert these freaking videos. Alright. So, let's see. Back over here. Exit that. Okay. Wow. Alright. So, next week, um, At the time of this video, next week will be May 26th, right? So at the time of this video, next week, May 26, 2019, we will sit down to the training review. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would really like to have as many people as possible in the training review so that we can, if somebody's got questions or comments or things that they think they might want put in, or questions as to why we do what we do or why we ask what we ask of our students. All of that is going to be next weekend, all right, next Sunday. So we may be here 10 minutes, we may be here 30 minutes, we may be here an hour, hour and a half, or two, whatever it takes. We're going to get it done. We're going to lock this thing down. Then the following week, for those of you watching the pre-recorded broadcast, the following week is June the 2nd. June the 2nd of 2019 will be the tradition upgrade. We'll be pulling up the tradition. We're going to be going line by line. We're going to see what needs to be removed that's outdated, and we're going to see what needs to be put in. That's going to go everything from the header picture, okay, from the graphics, all the way down. Do we like it? Yes, no. Do we need to replace it? Yes or no. Do we have another one to put in? Yes or no. Cindy said, Lucy says, I may not be around next 2 weeks helping cousin, but I get it. I absolutely understand. Life, life happens, and I hope like hell life doesn't happen to enough of us that we can't be here. So there's your schedule, folks. It's posted on the OpenGCS on Facebook. Whew. All right. So, wow. As always, thank you for those of you that watch Live with the Shaman. Eventually, we will be getting back to open shaman topics. I would love to have some scheduled in advance. We may go back and we may recap some of the older topics. I mean, we've been in this training mode for so long, and then the tradition upgrade mode for 2019. There's been a lot to it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for watching. If you need this converted to PDF for temporary preview, tell you what, I'll go ahead and convert it, and I'll just upload the PDF to the Facebook site so that you can download it from there. Yes, everyone download the tradition. Take a look through it, read it, mark it up, print it. If you've got a printer, mark it up, make the changes, take a look at what you want done. Right. Have a wonderful day. Thanks.